Hello, Whiskey 6 Bravo Delta Delta here again. It's been a while. I've been working on different things. Also, in case you may or may not know, we lost Jim Heath, Whiskey 6 Lima Golf, a couple of months ago. That's a big loss to the ham community. Um, but I decided to continue on with my videos and try to help out anybody I can that is looking for options for different things. So, what have I done lately? Well, I traded in my FT301D, and I've had a couple of radios in the process, but I acquired a Kenwood TS520S hybrid. So this is a tube output unit. It's transistor input analog, and the finals are tubes. And in the process, I also acquired a second one. It's got a few problems, but I'm working through those. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to try building a interface from the radio to my dongle. I have a RTL SDR dongle. So in order to do that, I acquired a buffer board. So I know there are PAP boards out there from Europe. There's other buffer boards out there. They're a little pricey to me. They shouldn't cost that much. And the PAP boards from Europe right now are probably hard to get because of the tariff and the shipping cost restrictions. So I try to find a very cheap alternative, and I found one. Oddly enough, it's a guitar board. It's a buffer board for guitars and instruments, guitar instruments, and it's from Guitar Pedal Parts, and it's a bare board. They say they offer a built board, but I haven't found it on there. They sell the bare boards for $5. $5. And then you buy all the parts and build it yourself. So they give you a complete parts list, and you can buy parts from them, although half the parts I found are out of stock. So I'm changing the board anyways. So here's the board. And it uses a TL072 op amp, or dual op amp. And what I do is I changed it because the TL072, A, is getting hard to get, and B, it doesn't have the bandwidth. It's only got about 3 megahertz bandwidth. So there's a upgraded part, the TL2072, which is 10 megahertz. So that's what I used instead, was the TL072. And I changed a few of the parts, and I'll go through those with you in a minute. So what did I do? So there's the modified board. And I used some double-sided tape, industrial double-sided tape, not carpet tape. This stuff is pretty sticky, so it stays pretty much where I want it to go. The coax I used was LMR 100, and if you can see there, that's where I soldered it to, was to that capacitor. What is that part of the circuit? That's the second IF. That's at 3.395 megahertz. And there's a transistor in there called Q4. And if you look at documentation for the SM220, which is a station monitor, it talks about tapping into the second IF. So they tell you to connect a 22 microfarad cap with a 10K resistor to ground off of this point and take it out through the rear panel octal connector. So I opted not to do that. I put the 22 picofarad capacitor here on the board at the input. and then ran that into the circuit. So the 22 picofarad, that keeps this pretty clean. You don't have to get in there and mess around trying to get in a capacitor and solder and everything else. So just the coax and the ground goes there. The 22 picofarad goes there. The output, I ran out to the back through the, what was the, supposed to be the inverter module. I have no plans to run a 12 volt inverter inside my radio for a couple reasons. First of all, if I want to run AC power or DC power, I can get a true sine drive inverter and run all my equipment off of an inverter. The second thing is that it uses switching transistors, and that's going to produce a square wave, which is going to be kind of noisy. It's going to be harder to filter. So I just use the back panel as a connector panel, put an SMA through mount and run it out the back, and then LMR 100 all the way over to the dongle. The 12 volts, the power supply for the board is coming from the 12 volts AC. The 12 volts AC is coming off of the external VFO connector, pin 3 and 4. So pin 3 is ground and pin 4 is 12 volts AC. And it's the same 12 volts AC that runs the lamps. So you could come in here and run it off of this terminal board if you want, but I like to keep it clean and use the connector for similar purposes as much as possible. So where the shorting plug is at, the 9-pin plug, that's where I took it off at. And all you do is you remove the 2 screws for the connector, pull it out, solder the wires on, put it back in, screw it down, and you're done. Okay, so we'll go through the board real quick, and then I'll show you the rest of the setup. So there's the board. I bought the board. I bought 2 boards actually. But I'll show you this diagram here. So what did I change? So if you look at the right, it says LED, and it says 6K8 or 6.8K resistor. So I changed that to a 1N4001 diode. So there's one on the far left and one on the far right now. And they both go in the same direction, down. And I run the 12 volts AC to where it says LED. So this powers the whole board. And it has a 100 microfarad capacitor on board. And a 0.1 microfarad, and those are your filter capacitors. So those stay the same. So the 6.8K becomes another 1N4001. So you have 2 1N4001s. Next to the LED, you see it says in. So that's the input. And where it says 0.1 microfarad, that's the 22 picofarad. So I changed that to 22 picofarad. That's your input from your second IF. There's two megohm resistors on board. You want to keep those 2 megohm. So that's your bias. So after the 22 picofarad cap to the input of the IC, it's a positive negative bias. The voltage is 12 volts AC coming in, which converts to about 17 or 18 volts DC. And that's fine because this op amp will operate up to 35 volts. Next to the 100 microfarad cap, it says 10 microfarad. So that is the output capacitor. So instead of being an audio range, this is going to be an IF. So I changed that. I put a 56 ohm resistor in the positive hole, and I soldered a 1000 picofarad or 0.001 cap to the other end of the resistor and stuck the other leg down into the hole that then goes to the out pad. So that is your output. So the out pad will go out to your connector and then off to your dongle. The 9 volts, the 9 volt pad you leave open. You can use it as a test point if you want to check your voltage, but that's now your 18 volts. And then ground is still ground. So you run all your grounds to that point. And the 0.1 microfarad cap is still there. That's for high frequency filtering for the op amp. The op amp again is now a TLE 2072, which is a 10 megahertz IC op amp. This is a dual op amp, and the other side of it is left open. I tied the inputs to ground just to keep it from possibly oscillating. So that's the whole circuit. $5 board, a handful of parts, and you have an IF buffer. So you can go up to 10 megahertz. You can use it for other circuits. If you want to go higher than that, you can change the IC. There's other ICs of similar design that you can use. So this is a very simple, very inexpensive buffer board for your IF. All right. So the LMR 100 or LMR 100 goes into my dongle in the back of my computer. So I'll close this down and bring up SDR Sharp. And there you can see my audio. And I'm going to unmute this. Now you're going to have to shift the audio about 1500 hertz because this comes in on the carrier frequency, not the upper or lower sideband. So you're going to have to shift this to match your sideband. So upper sideband, you have to go up 1500, and for lower sideband, you'll have to go down 1500. This is not exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, it will follow what I tuned to, but I was hoping for a waterfall, a broader spectrum. So in order to do that, I'll have to tap the first IF, which I'll do at some point later on. But it works. I have IF coming out of the 520 through the LMR 100 into the dongle, and then using SDR Sharp, I tuned it in. You can use different programs. Your mileage may vary, but so far that's it. It works, and low cost IF board. So I'll be playing with this a little more as I go along. But in the meantime, I have another project I'm working on, which is my screwdriver antenna. So I'm just about ready to finish that up. So I have my coil, I have my linear actuator, I have my feed point. Another ham is making the top, the termination point, pickup point, and then I'll start doing some trials. So anyways, in the meantime, this is Whiskey 6 Bravo Delta Delta, wishing everybody a good day and signing off.